God was very busy on the 5th and 6th days of the creation week. On the 5th day, he created all of the creatures of the seas, the liquid sea, as well as the sea of the air, the birds. And on the 6th day, a literal 24-hour period, just like all of the prior days in that creation week, God created the animals that inhabit the earth, described as beasts and cattle and creeping things. Every single creature that God has created. That would include dinosaurs. Reference to Leviathan being one of the great sea creatures. And of course, all the domesticated animals. That's referenced in the cattle. But all of them, God himself created. There are no other creatures created after the very first week of creation. While there certainly continues to be some expansion of different types of species, as different species of the same kind of animals interact with each other, even as we see with some of the purebred and hybrid dog lines and cat lines and the like. All of these things are created by God. This is also something that we take, like with all statements of the Bible, on faith. It's simply true. Where we find evidence to support that, Christians aren't surprised. We say, yes, when we find a dinosaur skeleton or a great skeleton of a sea creature or any other kinds of evidence of either their existence in the past or their existence now, we give praise to God. So did God create dinosaurs that have since then become extinct? Yes. And the extinction is a reminder that the world that God created is entirely fallen because of the sin that mankind had brought into this world. So when we see lines of creatures going extinct, it ought to humble human beings and cause us to repent of our fallen ways and come back to the God who is so merciful that he has pledged to save the crown of his creation, man and woman, human beings. When we find in the book of Genesis, where God brings all the creatures that he has made and presents them to Adam on the 6th day of creation, after Adam has been created, but before Eve has been drawn out of Adam's side. When God takes that rib and that flesh out of Adam and creates woman. God is bringing every creature to Adam precisely so that Adam could see not only all of the glorious creatures that God had made, both male and female, but also that God had not yet created a special mate for Adam. So that after God causes Adam to fall into a deep sleep, so that Adam would not know from where this new creature that God would present to him had truly arisen. And further indicated by when God closed up that place with flesh, so that Adam did not have a physical hint that this is from where that blessed creature came from. That Adam identified by faith that she was flesh of his flesh and bone of his bone, and therefore would be called woman because she was taken out of him, drawn from him. God created all things. It's a statement of faith that Christians have always believed, believe today, and continue to believe to the end of time. And one day, in the new heaven and the new earth, God will reveal all of these mysteries to us, and we will see examples of all of these glorious creatures that he has made from the very beginning. Especially all of the people of faith of every generation, including our first parents, Adam and Eve, and maybe even a dinosaur or two as well.